Okay. You know, true wrestling fans, I've seen ECW, and it was very nice. I mean, they had the new ECW champion, but they said that this quality of ECW sucks, and I must say more at this place. Because my dad is wanting me to stay here more, and I think that this new ECW champion is great for ECW. I mean, you know, I don't want to show it to you because it's WWE's property, and with all the DMCA wars going on the internet now, it's not gonna work. Okay, let's start off. And that's a nice belt. It could be better if they added. I mean, I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from Pennsylvania. I don't want to give out too much. I mean, look at that. It looks actually. It looks like a decent belt. I think the Divas title could use, if they could shrink the butterfly wings down to so it's not off of the leather. If they could shrink that down to size, like within the leather, not out of the leather, they could do it perfectly. They could make it much more accurate and sufficient. Yeah, they could do, and this belt is, people are whining, complaining over the new ECW. They don't realize that this is the new way. This is the way that we're following, that little kids are following. Hornswoggle is a new way. The old way was Sandman being the devastating champion. The new way of ECW is, the new way of hardcore is Mark Henry. The old ways were too violent to be on TV. They were like a horror show. Ah! But ECW has gotten better. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way I've seen last night was superb. And what I've been seeing lately is it's much more, and people will say, hear this, do you like the new ECW title belt? If not, do you think it was terrible that Vince introduced in the hometown of the original ECW? Was it a message to you, the original ECW fans? I think it wasn't. It was a message to little kids saying that ECW is alive and well in its new image. Not this hardcore violence, which is talentless which is here's I don't like it. Here's what guy says. I think it looks cheap. Yeah, it's a goodbye present because ECW isn't gonna be around for much longer. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. End of story. And another guy is a little bit okay with it. He says, he quote unquote says, I think the new belt is okay. I like the old one better simply because it was original. It's very ironic because the belt was introduced in the hometown of the original ECW. Maybe Vince is trying to say that ECW is support of WWE, which ECW diehard fans don't get. They want to see hardcore matches. They want to see these matches that are not required by the WWE officials in the WWE. I mean, you must be a kid, and I'm one of those. I'm not a kid, literally, but I'm a teenager, a mid-teen, and I think that WWE being PG is cool. If they could advertise this with celebrities, they could make good. But if they pull out the same thing that they did with Rosie O'Donnell versus Donald Trump a year ago, then they can't. What they did with Bobby Lashley holding a belt, they can't. And I can contradict myself. It's not like I can't. The new ECW is probably gonna be around, and here's this to wrestling fans. The WWE could buy out TNA, could buy out Ring of Honor, they could buy out every wrestling fan in the world. And probably remain invincible within 25 to 50 to 30 to about 60 more years. So, I think it's possible that they could be around for much longer than ECW was around in a lifetime. And that's not, and me being a hypocrite is not right. And I unblocked them. I revoked Christina being his band because of that. Because I knew that was a hypocritical thinking. It was YouTube drama at best. And I realized that Christina Bean didn't do anything to provoke that. So this is Raymond 14 signing off. Hope this comes out well.